guys, Peter Cruz here. Quick little vlog today. Yesterday, the big news was Jeff Hanneman, guitar player for Slayer, passed away. So I wanted to offer my condolences to the family and to, of course, fans and so forth. He was very epic guitar player, very influenced a great many guitar players that a lot of us listen to today. Back, when they first started playing and listening to Slayer and Metallica, Megadeth, and a lot of the big four and a lot of the other bands that were influenced by them were ultimately influenced by people like Hanneman and Slayer. So big one of those for him as he goes on to the next concert in the sky, so to speak. So want to offer my respects for him. Personally, I wasn't a big Slayer fan. I'm not gonna lie. But it's just real sad to see any musician, or I mean anybody in general, but I mean especially musicians, because that's what we look at, that's what we do. Especially at the age of 49. I mean that's young. I mean there's still a lot of life to be had, So it's really sad when you see a great musician taken from the face of the earth, at such a young age. I mean, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Randy Rhoads, Jimi Hendrix, to name but a few. Probably forgetting a bunch of other ones, but I can't remember everybody. So anyway, I just wanted to offer my respects in that manner for Jeff Hanneman, and condolences to Slayer fans all over for a great loss, of course, of his passing. Other than that, I've had this on the mind, and I wanted to pose this question to you all. Black Sabbath is back together, well, minus the whole drummer, and that's probably a whole other blog, how that whole Billboard thing was handled. So comment on that if you'd like. I mean, I could do another video about that later if it so enthuses you to do so. But Ozzy got back together with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, which for me, those two, Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi, are Black Sabbath. To me, that's the core of the band. My favorite Black Sabbath days, and I'm really a Johnny-come-lately to the whole Sabbath scene, quite honestly. I didn't really listen to Black Sabbath at all growing up, back in my formative years as a guitar player. But in my going back through the archives of history, I've discovered a lot of great Black Sabbath, and I'll tell you what, Tony Iommi is a phenomenon on the guitar. He doesn't have the chops of an Yngwie or Steve Vai or whatever, and honestly, his chops don't lie in that technical realm. His chops lie in the riff. I can't tell you how many songs of Black Sabbath I just absolutely love the riff. He's got this je ne sais quoi for nailing these just foreboding, these deep, dark, memorable riffs that are just, awesome, and I can listen to three notes, or three chords in a riff and know, even if I've never heard the song before, that it's a Black Sabbath song. So that to me is how epic, they are. Now, my personal favorite Black Sabbath material largely is from when Ronnie James Dio, rest his soul, was singing with Black Sabbath. And I think it's great how they were able to coexist, with the Ozzy camp and with the Ronnie James Dio camp, and were able to create two entities of the same band, Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, to where they both could do tours and material and stuff like that. But anyway, the whole Ozzy thing now with Black Sabbath, with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, they got back together. They're going to do a tour this summer. In fact, they are actually starting right here in Houston, June or July, whatever, probably about 30 minutes from where I live. So that's really cool that they're starting their tour, the reunion tour, whatever, right here in town. The album is going to be out, I guess, in about a month or so, album called 13. And if you haven't already heard it, they've got, a song that's all over, at least satellite radio. If you listen to Octane, The Boneyard, maybe not Hair Nation, because they don't play much Sabbath on Hair Nation, and Liquid Metal, all you're hearing now is like, God is Dead, which is their new song from the upcoming album. And I'm not crazy about the lyrical content per se, but as far as the band itself gelling and getting the vibe going, and I mean, it's just like where they left off. I mean, it just, to me, it's one of their best songs ever. I mean, the riffs are great. I'm gonna say Geezer Butler's bass sounds absolutely sinister, dark, and evil. I love the sound of his bass guitar on that song. And if what that song is any inkling of what this album is going to be, what this album is going to sound like, I think we all have reason to be excited. Ozzy, I mean, it sounds like Ozzy, and we talk about Jeff Hanneman passing away at the young age of 49. I mean, Ozzy's like what, 160, 170? I mean, I'm kidding, but it's funny when I remember Ozzy back in the day when I was starting out, and I think he came out with like Bark at the Moon. I started playing, I think, or really got into guitar after the whole Randy Rhoads thing and after Randy had passed away, so I missed that whole boat completely. Jake Ely was Ozzy's guitar player when I started listening to Ozzy, and at the time I could have sworn he was in his 50s already, So when I saw that he's still jamming and he had Zakk Wylde in his band for God knows for however long he had him, and my gosh, it's actually kind of funny, and I'm like, God, he must be like 120 now or something. It's just crazy. He just goes on and on and on. He just defies age, I guess. I mean, it's funny, especially with all the drug use that he's been through in his day. Don't know what he's doing, if he's still doing anything or not. Hope not. But I mean, whatever. I mean, the guy is like pushing 70 years old. Geezer and Tony Iommi, of course, pushing 70 as well, if they're not already 70. But think about it, man. They're 70 years old. They're touring the world. They're recording an album. They're rocking out super hard. Kind of like. Anyway, that's all I wanted. So I wanted to pose to you. The question of the day, I guess, is, have you heard the new Black Sabbath song? And if you have, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts of the Black Sabbath reunion, the upcoming tour? Let's hear it. Let's go ahead and put a comment down below on your thoughts of the new song, the new material, the way the band sounds. Personally, I think the band sounds amazing. I think they sound like they did back in the 70s with some modern production thrown in, heavier sounding guitars, a badass bass sound. I mean, it just sounds awesome. The drums, and I forget who the drummer was. They got a drummer for some other band who's filling in. Don't know his name. I forgot it, and I forgot what band he plays with normally. But in any case, I just wanted to pose those questions to you guys and see what y'all thought. And anyway, comment down below and let me know what you think. And that's all I had for you today. Rock on, guys. We'll catch you later.